Hi, my name is Takin Shamlu. This is my entry for the King of DIY contest. These tanks around 2 years ago did not exist. They were mostly, this tank in particular was decommissioned over the years since because of moving, and we just couldn't take care of it anymore. But after watching a lot of videos, primarily yours, King of DIY, it inspired me to get back into the hobby and experience it and keep new fish that I hadn't before. Like some of these fish are something that I would never have dreamed of owning in my tanks back then. Generally, I was only, I'd only known the fish that you would normally see at like a Petco or like a PetSmart, but in the end, I branched out. I saw these local fish stores, and I got to see and experience with keeping these fish that I would never have the opportunity to keep, and I'm thankful for that. Also, the fish keeping has actually branched out into more than just my hobby. To be honest, it's more like something I want to pursue. I considered becoming a biologist or a zoologist at some point, but then maybe even a marine biologist. But at this point, I've considered becoming a computer scientist with probably a secondary major of some sort in some sort of like aquatic biology. Since, it'd be a waste if I don't get to use the information I've learned over the past couple of years trying to deal with this. These tanks have been set up, maintained all by my own. Growing up, no one ever, they always told me, hey, if you want to do it yourself, learn it, and then if you can take care of it, you can have it. And that's where this, came to be. My fish tanks aren't the most well-scaped. They aren't the best looking, but with what I had, since I'm a student, I don't exactly have the money to, make a beautiful scape. But with what I've had, I've been able to scrape something that looks good enough. I can't say they're the best, but it showcases the fish, and that's the most important part. As long as the fish look good in it, and the fish feel happy, that's all that matters. This tank is currently in my living room. I made it as a showpiece. There's 4 tanks on this rack, and I made it so when people come into my household, they can also experience and see something they would not normally see. Because in my area, I don't know too many people who normally would keep aquariums, and if they do, it's probably in some way my fault that they now own an aquarium. Yeah, I pretty much, branched out my addiction onto my friends. I pushed them into it. It's funny because I have an ongoing joke with my friends that when their birthdays come around, I always joke with them. I'm like, hey, you might have an aquarium in your house when you get home on your birthday. And, quite frankly, if they were up for it, I would do it. But they don't necessarily want to get their hands dirty and stuff like this. The King of DIY has always truly been an inspiration to me. Growing up, watching his videos, learning new information that I normally wouldn't. Like in his video of how to find rocks and prepare rocks, he showed the hardness examples using the different types of acids, the vinegar. I don't remember the name of the other acid, but it was a stronger household acid that he used to show the reaction between each of the minerals within the rocks. Another video, I think this was his, some sort of red silver dollar, red hook, something like that he had for his tank mates for his arowana rip buddy. But when he had him, he had those tank mates. And from his diagnostic of what he needed as compatibility for that arowana, I learned that, it's not just putting fish together. There's more to it. You might want a centerpiece fish. You might want something like an algae eater, bottom feeders, something to be closer to the top water, mid water. Everything matters to create a beautiful centerpiece in an aquarium. And even in my aquariums, I try to do that for the most part. And I think my aquariums are always changing. There's always something I could do better. And yeah. So now I'm probably gonna show the time lapse of my tribute to the King of DIY, going back and making his DIY canister filter. Not exactly the way he did it, but close enough to where I would say it's an achievement. Because even the King of DIY said in his own video, I'm pretty sure it was like you could have multiple variations. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna cut to the time lapse, cut to the stuff I used to build it, the tools. I could just say that in the time lapse currently it's slightly unfinished. I was missing a extra pipe that I have gone and bought. I put it together. It's actually sitting right behind the camera. I'll probably show the time lapse, give like maybe a brief description afterwards, and show you the finished product as well. statements. Thank you guys all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Joey, I hope you enjoyed that 1 million subscriber arowana plaque I sent you. I tried to send it in as little pieces as I could. And my letter, although it wasn't all that legible, it got read a little bit. Sorry about that. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'm out.